Hi everybody, I'm Joey with Create with Joey, and I'm here to show you some really pretty, easy, sparkly Christmas cards. If you're thinking about making Christmas cards but you haven't gotten started yet, these are some that you can get done pretty quickly and pretty easily, and I'll show you how. We're going to use the Night Divine stamp set and dies, and let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to click down. When you come on, say hi and let me know where you're from. Let's get visiting today as well. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. If you're watching on Facebook, I would love for you to follow my page. I just passed 1,000 followers. I'm just really happy about that. Whoops, I think I missed a button here. Here we go. And on YouTube, my subscribers are growing too. So I would love for you to subscribe if you feel like this is helpful and valuable. I would love to have you be part of our family. I'm trying to, let's see what's going on. I can't see. Sorry, I'm trying to get my iPad showing what you're seeing, and so far it's not coming up yet. There you go. Okay, that's better. It's not great, is it? Let's go a little bit this way. Takes a minute to get everything going because there's a delay on Facebook, and so I get my iPad going, which is working now. I can see what you're seeing, and then I do have to click on my Facebook page on my laptop. I have my laptop here too, and I'm clicking on that so I can see your comments. Oh, Pam's here. Hi Pam, thanks for sharing. Hi Diane, you're having a beautiful day in South Dakota. We are too having a beautiful day. We're in Lincoln, Nebraska, and today it's supposed to be 72, I think. I honestly wouldn't mind it getting a little bit warmer. Hi Shirley, good morning. A little bit cooler, but you know, as long as we can have 72, I'm here for it, because we won't have 72 forever. Those of us that live in the Midwest know what I'm talking about. Okay, friends, let's go ahead and get started stamping. So, the set we're going to work with today, gosh, I had my team meeting last night. I'm sorry. It's a little bit blurry the morning after because we have a big party basically, and it lasts, you know, later than probably it should, but we have fun, so who cares? But makes the next morning on Wednesday a little bit more tricky for me to have my act together. This is the stamp set we're looking at as part of a big suite of products in the Stampin' Up! Holiday catalog. And if you don't have one and you don't have a demonstrator, but you're interested, let me know and I will make sure you get one. The dies that come with this, all right, I'll tell you a secret. It's not going to be a secret anymore. I ordered this stamp set and I didn't order the dies. And then I kept seeing projects with it and I thought, I have to have the dies. So, you know, anybody like that? They don't think they want something, but then they see what other people are making with it and you're going, now I have to have it. So that was kind of me with this. I partly bought it to build a sampler, a nativity sampler with the dies, which I haven't done yet, or I would show you what I hope to get that done actually in the next week or so, and I'll show you. But anyway, this is what we're using. It's called Night Divine, and it is in the catalog. And I just realized I don't even have any stamps mounted up on blocks. Well, that's okay, then we'll do it together. All right. Let's go ahead and get started on the first card. The first card, I'm going to do quite a lot of die cutting, and then I have quite a bit done for the other cards, but I did want to show you the dies and how they work so that you can see. I can't talk and get stuff out at the same time, obviously. But so you can see how the dies work and how easy they are. And what's really fun about these dies is, can you see the embossing on them? So they actually do embossing as well as cut. All of them have, trying to get close. Yeah, you can see it there. It's so cool. Oh, this star does not come with it. So sorry about that. The star goes with the Stars at Night dies. I did use it for a couple of these cards. It's all part of the big suite, but you can buy everything separately. You don't have to buy all of it. If you just want part of it, you can buy part of that. We are just going to use that little star die. Okay, let's make a card here. Let me grab the die cutting machine, and we're going to die cut. We're going to get the nativity, and we're going to get a camel, and we're going to get a horse. And I think that's it for die cutting. Let me get the machine and we'll get going. So this is a Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. If you haven't watched a demonstration before, this does both die cutting and embossing, uses embossing folders. It's really nice. It's a very smooth operation, and I highly recommend it. This would be a fabulous, if you know a paper crafter who doesn't have a die cutting machine, this would be a fabulous Christmas present. And they would love it. All right, so we're gonna put down all of our, this is copper clay, basic black, and that's very vanilla cardstock. We're gonna go ahead and just do some cutting. Hi Pam, hi Debbie. Yay. Thanks for coming on and watching. So this is how the dies work, just super simple. Now, part of my focus today was to show you some cards that you could make fairly quickly. Now you might say, well, die cutting is not particularly quick. It is not particularly quick, especially when you have to stamp and then die cut your image. But this way, look what I did. I just cut all of these, and honestly, I think each of these dies would cut 2 at a time as well. Let me make sure I get all my parts here. Here's my little horse. I've got to get out my camel. And now you paint, oh dear, hang on, I just dropped my die. And of course, you know, it goes someplace where I can't see it. Hang on, I gotta get under my desk. Sorry, you guys, this never happens when I'm by myself, but I get on Facebook and everything goes kind of wacky. Okay, so there's those, and let's get out our nativity. I have die cut this in glitter paper. I've die cut it in dazzle paper. If you don't know what dazzle paper is, it's a real sparkly paper. I'll show you. I'll show it to you in a moment. Let me just get these out of the way. And anyway, I think I lost my train of thought, but I was thinking, what are some cards that if you want to make a lot, but you haven't gotten started yet, this is perfect. You can do, honestly, these will go pretty fast. And I'll show you one that I made last night. And I made about 10 of them in about 45 minutes. That'll be the last one I'll show you today, but I am going to show it to you. Okay, let's put all this away. And then we're going to get our greeting is, the stars are brightly shining. And then we'll get a glass block. I think this is big enough. I always have to square up my greetings on the grid paper. By the way, my friends, there's a huge sale going on, and paper and ribbon and trim and ink products are all on sale. Today's the last day. And it's a fabulous sale. They go from anywhere from like 15% off to 20% off. And there's so many things, but grid, you know, all our cardstock, designer paper, specialty paper, vellum, envelopes, and envelopes are on low inventory. So if you need envelopes, you need to get on right away and get that ordered. If you use this host code and you spend $40 or more, I will send you all the cards that I'm making today, two card kits for each one I'm showing you today. So don't miss it. It's such a good sale. There's so many things. I bought a couple of Memento ink pads. They're black ink pads because I feel like Memento pads, I think they have a shelf life. You know, it's not a short one, but they do have a shelf life, and I do a lot of stamping with people in my classroom and my team, and I use them a lot. So speaking of that, we're going to go ahead and use Memento. So I ordered a couple ink pads. Blends markers, those of you that like to color, our alcohol markers are on sale too because they're an ink product. Anyway, it's fabulous. Just make sure you go to stampinwithjoey.stampinup.net. Well, it's not perfect, but we're going to go with it. So I love this font on this stamp set, the Night Divine. It's so, so pretty. Hi, Glenda. I'm watching your comments while I'm gathering all of our stuff here. Seems like I do this a lot. I'm not impressed with the set, then I watch a demo of it and I have to have it. Oh yeah, that's Pam from Missouri telling us that. I think, Pam, that is not uncommon. That is more common than not. Anybody that's a stamper can totally relate to that. Okay, this is the Night Divine paper. Oh gosh, I don't know. I gotta look up the name. I have it right here. I'm not gonna pull out all the Oh Holy Night. I was kind of off. Oh Holy Night, same idea. Paper, and this is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm mounting it on just a 1/8 larger mat. So 3 3/4 is my designer paper. So 3 7/8 by what is this like? 3 3/4 by 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Don't listen to me. If you buy if you put in an order for these cards, you'll get a written tutorial. I can do this. I can do it. So the DSP is 3 3/4 by 5. So you would cut your mat 1/8 bigger. So that would be 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. Boy, well, it's hard to get out today. Here's the inside mat. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And there we go with that. So then we got that. See, this is not, even with this die cutting, does not take a long time to do. If you do, do it in a process where you do all the die cutting first and get everything ready so that all you have to do is stamp and assemble. And it will go much faster for you. I'm using Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this greeting. The die cut for this is from a set called Nested Essentials. I'll grab it quick and show it to you so you can see. We're going to come down here, maybe about here or so. I'm not going to really press this down because I kind of have to see how it's going to go with my other elements, my camel and my nativity and all that. So this is the die set I was telling you about. This is not part of it. I have this just sitting here because I was using it for something else. But these dies, they're called Nested Essentials. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's put our horsey down first because when I was making my sample, that seemed to be the key to everything kind of working better together. It's helpful to use the mini dimensionals for this guy. I'm going to go kind of right. I want him to kind of sit flat, so I might actually put my dimensional on the horse. And I want him on the tag, but not actually covering it up. So maybe like that. Let's go up here. Like this. Put him on. This is probably the part that takes the longest, to be honest. Oh, I had used it, didn't realize I used a piece of scrap paper, the back of it. But that's always good to do. You can stamp on the back of it. You don't always have to have a new piece. Okay, let's put one more there. While we're at it, let's put some on our camel. We do have black dimensionals. Maybe I should grab those real quick. I only have the mini ones out, but maybe for the camel, we should pull a few black ones out. Like so. Okay. The black ones, when you order those, they come in a mixed package of regular size, this bigger size, and the mini size. They're both in one package. The mini white ones and the regular size white ones, they come in their own pack. They're not a mixed pack. Okay, so now this guy, we definitely want up. Okay, let's get this. So maybe don't put the horse down first. Because I want the wise man to kind of tuck in under. And the dimensionals I had on here made that kind of difficult. Because we want to put this nativity pretty much to the middle, right? Put baby Jesus's stall right there. And then let's go ahead and get our camel in. So all I'm going to do now is just push that little horsey down. So the dimensional that was on him that I kind of pulled up to put the nativity in there is now sticking to the card itself. Now I'm going to put this camel, oh shoot. I don't know what happened yesterday. I guess I did this last. So don't do as I do. Do as I say. Put your camel down first, and I'm going to put him up here on the sand dune. So he's kind of in back. And then stick down your shepherd. Okay, kind of like so. I don't know. I don't really like that. Doesn't look like it's right. All right, we're going to hang on. We're going to move this just a little bit. Now, if you don't push these down, you can usually pull them up. I know this is kind of tricky, especially with a die that's so detailed. But I just don't like the way this is sitting here. Do you ever do this? So try to dry fit it first. So don't do what I'm doing. Okay, and I'm not going to stick this down because I'm going to stick my camel back here again. And I think he's okay there, so we're going to try that again. I'm kind of gently putting these down. I like that better. I just didn't like the way it was sitting. Now we got to get our horsey in here without covering up the words. Okay, so there we go. You could put it, now my sample, I did put it, I put the nativity in back of the greeting. That maybe looks better too, but we're not going to redo it for the sake of time. But you might want to do that if you make this card. And I'm going to stick another dimensional on the back of this little shepherd boy. Or shepherd, maybe not a boy. That's the song, right? Do you hear what I hear? I know I'm starting to think of Christmas music. And the gems I'm using for this, they were sold out for a while, but they're back in. They're neutrals adhesive back sequins, and I thought they worked really well with this paper. Especially like, you know, the sand dunes and all that. So I didn't really want to mess all this up too much, so I just pulled out a, I think I used these dark brown, well, I'm calling this dark brown, but yeah, I think I did. And I just put one little bling. Have to have a little bling on there, right, Diane? If she's watching, we always need some bling. I know more of you are bling people too, not just Diane and me, but lots of you that are watching. So that is not a hard card. It took much longer for me to make it because I putzed around with moving things around. But honestly, you just go you can go one pass through the die cutting machine with everything that's die cut here, and you can cut two of everything at the same time. And then your card will go together fairly quickly if you don't putz with it like I did. So there's card number one. Hi Sam, she jumped on. Kathy's saying, or Pam's saying, I like this set. The paper does most of the work for you. Kathy says it needs bling. Yes, it does. You don't have to apologize for being late, Kathy. I love that you come and watch. Okay, so there we go. That's one. The next one, let me grab it. Number two. I have done most of the die cutting for this one, and I did it just because you've already seen me die cut everything, so you don't really need to see it again. So again, we have the Nativity, and this time in black. And then for this, I used the More Dazzle paper. It comes in gold and silver in one pack. So you get, I think, 4 sheets of each in the pack. And we're going to use silver for this card. And then, before we start putting this together, let's do our stamping. And then we are going to die cut one thing for this card. So let me grab the Night of Navy ink, and this greeting is going to be Oh Holy Night, which I love. That's always been my favorite Christmas song too. It was my mother's favorite Christmas song. I just think it's just so pretty, the music itself, and then the script for this greeting, I just think it's perfect. This is one of the first things I bought. Demonstrators can pre-order products before they're available to the public. And this was on my first order. I'm just gonna stamp down, and that's Night of Navy ink for that one. And then before we start assembling this, we do have a little, we're gonna die cut the stables so that you get to see how that die cuts. I think it's really important when you're buying dies, you want to know if they cut well, if they cut through the paper well, if you don't have to go back and forth through the die cutting machine like multiple times. And these you don't have to. They cut pretty well right away on the first one. And even with all that embossing on them, they die cut well. So, and you're going to see it. You can see it all watching me today, so that you are confident if you buy this set of dies that they're not going to be problematic for you, and it's going to be quick and easy. I will come back once on this one. I'm going to come back once just because it is embossing, but I don't think I would really need it to. But just for the sake of the video, I don't want it to go wacky. There we go. And then see how this just falls out too. Everything is die cut really well. Now I do have a tip for you for this. I'm grabbing it. We have, these are foam adhesive strips. And you can't see very well through the packaging, but we're going to use them. They're like dimensionals, only in strips. That's exactly what they are. But they're really handy for things like this that you want to tape down. The item number for these is, let's see, 141825. They're in the annual catalog where the adhesives are. So now, I'm not sure you can see this. Let me get a white paper behind it. Can you see the embossing on it? I don't want to get too close, but there you go. You can see that pretty well. Okay, so I wanted you to be able to see that. Because since navy, it's not going to show up too much on the card, but just going to take my paper snips. Oh, I don't see my Stampin' Up! Scissors. Here we go. And I'm going to just kind of guess at this. It doesn't have to be exact. It just has to be enough to hold it down. And then all you have to do, instead of putting a lot of tiny dimensionals on here, you don't want to do that. And if that's all you have, you'll want to do that, obviously. But this is easier. So these are nice to have in your craft stash. By the way, if you're thinking Christmas presents, you know, adhesives, and I do sell adhesive packs, are really a nice gift for your paper crafting friends. Or even like scissors, you just wrap them up with a cute tag, and it makes a really sweet gift. And everybody needs more than one pair of paper snips. Am I right? And in fact, if you put your order in through me, in other words, I order it for you instead of you ordering it, I'll be happy to put tags and bows on whatever it is that you order for your friends or for yourself. Okay, let's pull this off, and then I'll send it to you all packaged up. So if you want to buy a bundle for someone, or you want to buy something simple like paper snips or Wink of Stella, I will package it up personally and send it to you all wrapped. So all you have to do is give it. You don't have to do any work. Okay, so here's our stable. Let's get this down. Let's get our card put together and then we're ready for that. Hi, Catherine. Thank you for joining today. Let's go ahead. I think this is, yeah, this is the same. So this is the same as our last card. So it's 3 3/4 by 5. And let me grab adhesive. And then the white is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I don't think there's a right or wrong for this, but for some reason this looks a little bit better. Now when you're dealing with an 8, it's a little bit trickier to get that even margin all the way around. There's no doubt about it. And usually I make it a little bit bigger than just 1/8. But for these cards, I don't know why. I just thought it was prettier with that tiny mat. And then sometimes when you're cutting paper, it has a little fuzzy thing. So you can just take your, I don't know what that was. You're just, you know, an old emery board and just kind of sand it off. I did just change my blade. Sometimes you have to change your paper trimmer blade because of that same thing. But I did just change mine, so I'm not sure why that's kind of frayed. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now we're going to get our greeting down here. And I'm not going to really tape this down yet. So we're going to go... uh-oh. Oh, I'm missing a sheep. There we go. Was looking at my sample card and realized I was missing something. Okay, let's go ahead and we'll peel off the backing off the dimensionals. And then we will stick this down. You know, I went back and forth between white. I think I tried, you know, some of the brownier colors like pecan pie. And I don't know. I just thought there was too much going on, so I went with navy, Night of Navy. Okay, I'm going to, before I stick my greeting down, I'm going to stick this guy down, but not too hard, because then you lose the ability to move it. So don't stick it down too hard when placement matters. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And now for this, we're only going to use the shepherd here. And then I also die cut a sheep. So I'm just going to come down here. Can you see this? Let me get closer to the camera. I'm just going to come in here and cut. Can't see it with that going on. See if I can get closer. There we go. So now there's the staff, and I'm just going to come in close here. I'm going to kind of round this so it looks like he's on a rounded piece of ground like that. See how that goes? And you could, for that matter, you can cut off the wise men too and just have Mary and Joseph and Jesus too. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and I am going to put this on dimensionals as well. Just have to grab them here. Who's making Christmas cards this week? Anybody? Or even, do you have your cards done? Tell me in the comments if you've got your cards done, or you're working on them this week, or you haven't started yet, or you're not even going to make Christmas cards. Sometimes we just can't get it all done, and that's okay too. All right, let's put this beautiful shimmery star. This More Dazzle paper is in the annual catalog if you're looking for it. Let's go ahead and put our star right here. Remember, that star is from the Starry Night? No, Night of Stars. What is the star thing called? Stars at Night. I think that is what it's called. Yeah, Stars at Night dies. So you don't have a star that comes with the rest of these dies. I just don't want to mislead you. And you order this thinking you can make this exact card. with just the dies that come in the set. So just be forewarned. However, if you're a paper crafter and you've been paper crafting for a while, you have a star somewhere in your cache of your collection. I'm going to put this shepherd a little bit more towards the right than I did in my sample, and I'll show you why. Then we're just going to put this cute little sheep next to him. I had two, and I thought it looked kind of cluttery, so I went to one. Now, my Oh Holy Night Stamp Camp, I have room for about 5 more. I have about 5 more kits left. Before I finish this card, let me show you those cards. So let me bring those out. If you're not on my email list, you'll want to sign up for my email list. I'll put a link in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, the link will be below the description of the video. So these are my Oh Holy Night cards. You'll make 2 each of these. You get about $40 worth of product along with it. And so you'll make 12 cards. Here's where I did use the copper clay instead of the 980. So these are kind of similar, not exactly, but kind of similar. And there are 2 fun folds. So there's this one. And I do all the prep for you, except for what is die cut or stamped in the set. I can't send stamped images. And if there's die cutting that's in the kit itself, then sometimes I get some of it done for you, but I don't promise. You'll need you'll need Night Divine, and you'll need the Stars at Night stamped sets and bundles to make these, or substitute with something you have already at home. Okay, let's get the ribbon here, and I cleaned up too much after my team meeting. I have to grab it. Sorry, let me go grab it here. Oh heavens, I don't even know where it is. So here's another one. I don't think this is my original one, but that doesn't matter. It's what we need. Kathy, you normally do 65 to 70. This year you're sending over 100. You bought cards on Prime Days and you're stamping on the inside. You know what? That's just okay. Sometimes we just have to do what we have to do. But stamping on the inside is still using your stamps, and people will appreciate it, and it will still be like no one else's card, because no one else is going to have your stamping on the inside. So, and I'll make a confession, there are years, not too many, but there are years where I end up sending Valentine cards because I don't get out my Christmas cards. I know that's terrible. Here I am, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. But because I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'm helping all y'all get your cards done. And then I don't always get mine done, because I probably send about 100 as well. So I do have quite a few done for my classes that I send. I use all my Christmas cards. But, and my husband sends cards, or he likes to take to work. He likes to have his own cards to take. And he's already ordered his own paper. Now that doesn't mean he's going to make them all, but I'll help him, of course. But he's already picked out his design and what he wants to make for his cards, and we have the paper, so we'll probably get going on that pretty soon. Okay, there's this one. And then for this, I did go ahead and stick with the same embellishments. You wouldn't have to, but with a $50 order, you get an embellishment from me, a pack of embellishments. So I kind of like to stick to the same one. I don't always send the one that I'm showing in the video, but I try to. Sometimes I can't get it. Whatever I've shown might be out of stock. But it adds a little bit, kind of goes with the white sheep, I think. So there's our Oh Holy Night card for our second card. Okay, let's keep going here. Diane, you're working on them. You've got my kit. Oh, thank you, Diane. I'm so happy you have that kit. I have to say that is a beautiful kit. I I've had so much fun making kits for my customers and my friends this year. Oh, I forgot to tell you the details of the Oh Holy Night Stamp Camp to Go. So you get the 12 cards that I showed you. You get more DSP, ribbon, embellishment envelopes, and a detailed PDF tutorial. The cost is $58. If you're on my team, it's $53. So, and I only have 5 spaces left, and the last day is tomorrow. So if you're interested in that, let me know, and I'll send you the link to sign up. And I'm going to get that ordered this week, and we'll be ready to go with that. All right, let's do our last card. So this last card is going to go super quick because I did all the die cutting ahead of time. This is the one that I told you, or did I? Yeah, I did. This is the one that I told you that I made 10 of last night in about 45 minutes, and that's because it was my team swap card. And I was doing it during the meeting because I just haven't been able to keep up with everything. We lost our sweet doggy about 10 days ago, and he was sick before that, needed a lot of care. Anyway, long story long, I am just kind of behind on some things. So I'm going to show you this last one, but I also wanted to show you a couple of cards from my team meeting because they used this stamp set. So, well, some people use it. Our swap theme was Christmas cards. We do an optional swap. So look at this one. This is a fun fold. And she said it wasn't hard. I'm going to have her show me how to make it. And this is what it looks like from the top. But she used all gold. And then she did gold embossing and this. I just think this card is just gorgeous. And then I have another one here, and then one of the other girls used the same idea that I used on my cards I just showed you. And the blue ribbon is out for now. It is supposed to come back, and the little stars are sold out. They're not coming back. But with a little glitter paper of some kind and any kind of a star die, you can make this work. So this was another card. So both of those were my team cards using this stamp set. We bought other ones too. I can show you those real quick too, because they're all wow cards. Now this one, this is Kelly's. She made this from the Christmas Everywhere kit and kind of made it her own and embellished it. Okay, so look at this one, my friends. So this is a belly band, and then this is how it opens. I hope you can see this. Look at that. And she made 10 of these for our meeting. I think it was maybe 8 or I can't remember. About that many. Sometimes these girls go all out. It's just, I'm flabbergasted. And they make them for the whole team. So, and then here's a cute one with, I thought this was really cute with the paper, the way that she cut the paper and the polar bear. This is the one that won. We choose our favorite anonymously, and then I give a little prize. So this is the one that won. This is a clear window sheet, and then she cut strips on and put it straight, and then die cut it with a circle die. I'm not sure what she used for this. She might have just hand cut it. And then that's the bow punch. Anyway, that's one won. She got the prize last night. Here's another beautiful one. This one's using the Christmas Classics set. This is Bonnie's. She always makes beautiful cards. She's got a lot of greenery and gold in there. So pretty. What else have we got? We have got, this is a gift card holder. So you open this and then you get your gift card here. I like this design. I think it's a really good design. I have done something similar, but I think this one is better. The proportions are better than what I do. And then there's another gift card holder. This was made by Sherry. And you open it and you put your gift card here, which I thought this was really a clever design too. Anyway, so those are some quick ideas for you. I know I'm not showing you how to make them, but maybe showing you them gives you some inspiration, and you can maybe find them on Pinterest or YouTube, or you might be saying, No, I'm not going to do that much work on a Christmas card, and I'm totally with you on that because I would never do that. I might make one or two, but I can't make more than one or two of those really beautiful but very detailed cards that have a lot of steps. Oh, I should have stamped first. We maybe might have to, hopefully I'll get it straight. I am using the ever controversial wild wheat. So this is, it's a new in color this year. And I think you're all in on wild wheat or you're not. You're all out. Although some people, I think, are coming around to it. I'm actually one of those people that's coming around to it. I wasn't super excited about it. I'll be honest. In fact, I thought, I don't see myself even using that. But I'm using it, and I'm finding that it's particularly beautiful with gold. Gold, anything sparkly gold, like, or even the gold foil. So I'm going to get my block squared away here, and it's not straight. I have to have it straight. I can't deal with it because I can't stamp straight with it. I don't know why. So who's a fan of wild wheat? Let's hear it in the comments. Who likes wild wheat? And you're like, why wouldn't anybody like it? It's beautiful. I have one of those on my team. Last night she kept saying it's one of my favorite colors. So, you know, it's everybody likes something different. Okay, I'm going to try and square this up. It goes a little bit up, but I'm okay with that. It's a handmade card. And as I said, this is the one I made 10 in about 45 minutes while my team was doing their make and takes. Whoops, this is not a hard card either. Do have to do some die cutting, but it doesn't take very long once you've got your die cutting done. Okay, let me grab, I have already pre-cut this. And I had a gold star. Maybe I used one of these. We'll take that one. And this is that More Dazzle paper I was telling you about. That's in the annual catalog. And again, we have to get back to our dimensionals. But look how pretty it is with the wild wheat. I mean, I think it works. Now, in the camera, I can see this looks a little more green than gold. And it does tend towards green. But once you get the gold on it, it all looks good. And you don't always want to emboss in gold. I mean, I love gold embossing like Kim did on her card that I showed you, but embossing is time consuming. Then that's going to make this 10-minute card about a 20-minute card, honestly. I'm going to put more dimensionals on this than I did the other ones. No particular reason. I'm just feeling like the gold maybe needs a little more support. Whoops. Oh, that's already off. This one and then this one. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and put that down. Diane, I love wild wheat. It's so versatile. I am finding that, Diane, true. That is the truth, and I never expected it. And it is absolutely gorgeous. Combined with like Poppy Parade, some of the blues it's really pretty with. Obviously the greens go really well. So I'm finding that it's much more versatile than when I first saw it. I thought, I don't see how I'm going to use that because it's not a color I'm going to reach for. But I reached for it right away on this card. I also made this card in light blue and silver. I'm not sure I've got it here for you to show. That's it, my friends. You know, we need an inside greeting there. Let's go with something we've already used. So let's go with the stars are brightly shining. We'll put that on the inside because you wouldn't send a Christmas card without an inside greeting. And I don't send hardly any cards without, oops, that didn't get clean, without an inside greeting. I'm just cleaning my stamp on a chamois. We call this a Stampin' chamois. And it looks terrible, but they just get stained. They absorb the ink. That's why it looks bad. I just don't want to have any... I don't want to mess up my Wild Wheat ink pad with a different color stain to my stamp. Okay, the stars are brightly shining. But there are a lot of pretty greetings in here. I also love the one, The Lord is My Shepherd. That's in here. I've used that quite a bit. Joy and Peace. I've used that one quite a bit too. Now, we can put bling on it. We can try it. Should we try a little more? This was my sample that kind of got messed up. But let's go with some gold and see if it's too much. I know it's hard to think that anything could have too much bling, but this is so blingy. It's not like there's no bling on this card. Let's go, let's see, maybe down here, and then maybe a couple up here. I don't know. Who likes the sequins on it? Sequins or no sequins? What do you think? I'm thinking now, yes. And then I can cover this up. So even if you're going to vote no on the sequins, I think I'm going to go here. Who covers up mistakes with embellishments? And then let's maybe go here. So this one might have to have more because I kind of have to make it look like it was planned, right? That smudge was planned. That's exactly where, there we go. I think I'm for the sequins. Pam, more sequins. Kathy, sequins. Sequins embellish the boo-boos. Yep, exactly. I like the bling. I think that's my favorite. But this is your favorite. Well, you like Wild Wheat, Pam. You're a Wild Wheat fan, so that's why you like this. Okay, my friends, these are all the card kits you'll get if you put in a $40 order this week using this host code. I'll send you all these supplies for this card. You do need the bundle, the Night Divine bundle. I will die cut the stars for you because they're not in this bundle. So anything that isn't die cut, anything that isn't in the bundle, I die cut for you. So Kathy is a rule of threes. Me too, Kathy, in general. This one, that's why I did 5 on this one, just because I had to have one there, you know, and you know the reason behind that. All right, thanks so much. If you're watching on YouTube, I would love for you to subscribe. Oops, let me get myself not upside down and fix this. I gotta click. I don't see my toolbar here, girls. There you go. That was kind of disconcerting. I couldn't see it for a minute. But thanks so much for joining me. I hope you got some ideas. Even if you don't have these dies or this stamp set, I hope you got some ideas of maybe something you do have that you could make work like this, so that you can just do all the die cutting at one time and a little stamping and you've got your card done. And if you only make one, that's great. If you make 50, this will help you to have something more simple like this. And if you don't make any, that's okay too. All right. Thanks so much. I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving. Oh, next week, I'm not planning to do Facebook Live. I might jump on because I do have something I kind of wanted to show right before Thanksgiving. But my family's coming this weekend. So I'll be spending time with my family this weekend. But next week, I'm hoping to actually take some time off. I haven't taken really any time off for quite a while. So I'm hoping to do some fun things. There are some days where I stay in my pajamas and don't do anything. But I do have something I want to show. I am running a really great ordering special next week that I'm giving away a lot of product with your order. A lot of surprises. I'm planning on mystery prizes for your orders next week. So I may come on and just tell you about that, but it will be in my email. So if you're not subscribed to my email, make sure you do that soon. All right, everybody, thanks so much. I'm so happy you were here today. See you next time. It'll be 2 weeks, I think. Bye-bye.